All right, everybody. I'm at Gen Con here at the end of day 2, and I wanted to do a video to talk about one of the new factions for expansion 3. So this is the Ecaz and Moritani expansion, and I'm going to talk about the Moritani faction. So Viscount Hundra Moritani, the head of House Moritani, and their whole deal is that they resort to terrorism. That's what it says there on the sheet. So at start, they've got 6 forces in any unoccupied territory after everyone else sets up. So if the Fremen are in a game, they're going to do their thing. If the Bene Gesserit are in the game, they get to put their force where either in this polar sync or in advanced, they can go anywhere they want. And then the Moritani get to put 6 in there. They got 12 spice to start with, and they've got these 6 terror tokens here. And this is their primary faction ability. So I'm going to take a look at this in a minute. Let's look at their leaders. They've got their 5 leaders. So you've got Vando Triboli is your 1. He's a Sook Doctor. You've got Trin Kronos. This was a student at the Ganaz school while Duncan was there. This is his father, Gru Kronos, who is a psycho. His beard is on fire, literally. You've got Heresser, who is also a sword master who trained with Duncan, befriended Duncan, but went back to work for Hundra Moritani, who he felt loyalty to. And then you have Lupino Ord, who was the ambassador from House Moritani and pretty ruthless character himself. So again, the terror tokens, and the way this works is in the Mentat pause, the Moritani player can play one of these terror tokens face down in any stronghold other than the Ixian mobile stronghold, as long as there's not already a token there. And if a faction ships or moves into that stronghold where the token is, they can reveal it. And so one of the tokens is the Atomics token, where you're basically, boom, you're blowing up everybody there. And then nobody can ship into that territory. You put this Aftermath token in there as a marker. It can't be shipped into, not even the Fremen. You can still occupy it and it still counts towards the win, but it's now a little bit trickier to get there. And on the back, we get the rest of the terror token effects. So they've got assassination, and that symbol there is from out of one of the books where they did assassinate some people with these hexagon-shaped blades that flew out of a flower pot. It was pretty crazy. Extortion lets them gain 5 spice from the bank, and then they get this token back and can use it again unless somebody pays them 3 more spice at the end of the phase. The robbery one lets them steal half of somebody's spice or just get a card off the top of the deck. Sabotage lets them zap basically a card from somebody's hand, and then they can give them a replacement card from their own hand, like a worthless card or a cheap hero. Sneak attack lets them send 5 more forces into that territory for free. Another one of their faction abilities is enemy of my enemy. And so instead of setting off a terror token, I can say, look, I won't set off this terror token if you become my ally right now. So it's outside of a nexus, you're able to form an alliance. And if either or both of you are already in an alliance, you dump your old allies. So it's a very sneaky way to get into a new alliance with somebody better. And then the other one they have in basic is Duke Vidal. So Duke Vidal is a 6 strength leader who is an Ecaz leader, but the Moritani can steal him away. If they're in battles in 2 strongholds in a turn, they get Duke Vidal, taking him from wherever he is. And they get him for that one battle. In the advanced game, they've got an ability called Assassinate Leaders. So they can take their traitor card, and if they're in a battle with somebody and they did not use that leader, they can kill that leader, but they have to have lost the battle and no traitor was called. But then what's going to happen is when they do that, they get to draw a new traitor card in the Mentat pause. But they can only ever assassinate 1 leader per faction, and that traitor card will be stay face up. So if they have Lady Jessica and they get into a battle against Duncan, Idaho, and they lose the battle, they can kill Lady Jessica and take her spice. But then Atreides is immune to assassinations from there. And of course, if they draw a new leader, if it's an Atreides one, it can still be revealed as a traitor at that point. If they draw one of their own leaders, well, then they're done with this ability. And in fact, if they call traitor, they're done with the ability as well. And I'll go back to the alliance ability. So if you are the Moritani player, your ally can keep a treachery card that they used in a battle that they would have been able to keep if they had won the battle. So let's say they've got a poison weapon, they use it, and they lose the battle, they can keep that poison weapon and use it again in another battle. So that is what you get from House Moritani. It's very straightforward, not very complex, but very sneaky, very nasty, and it's right on brand there for Moritani. In the extended universe novels, Viscount Hundro Moritani is a pretty ruthless character. He has his reasons, of course, but yeah, he resorts to all kinds of horrible things, especially to House Ecaz, who he had a real grudge with. So, love those books or hate those books. They do have some interesting characters and some interesting storylines. Writing style is different, so we have accepted that. And we are taking advantage of the stuff that we think is pretty good and interesting to bring it into the Dune game. So let me know what you think about House Moritani here in the comments. And if you have any questions about their faction abilities, let me know and I will answer them. Thanks for watching. That's it for this video, and we'll see you again soon.